an amazing day of purpose. Do things your way because you're worth it. Greet someone with a smile, never know what they're going through. Just do it yourself, like, comment, subscribe.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is October 23rd. Yes, happy Thursday. Welcome into the DIY Nation. We're over here. I said, why stress when you can do it yourself? Yes, welcome on in. Listen, I just had a real quick question today. And I'm sure some of you will agree with me. And some of you probably have thought this or said this to yourselves before. Why? Excuse me. It's 57 degrees here this morning. It feels wonderful and I'm enjoying it. Why do and some people can do this. Some people can because that's all they have. And some just do it just to be anal. Wanna know, you do all those subliminal messages and posts and then you put one person as my one call, that's all. For some of you, that's the only person you're going to get because that's the only person that's going to tolerate you. For some of you, that's the only person you're going to get because that's the only person you're going to call or have called. If you don't call somebody else or inform somebody else or ask somebody else for help, assistance, or whatever the case may be, the only person you are calling is going to be your one call. That's all. You don't have to go through all that long drawn out message. No matter what, this one here gonna show up. They all gonna show up because that's the only one you calling. No matter what I go through, no matter what I need, this one here gonna have my back. Of course, because that's the only one you're communicating with. And then you come out, I got all this family, I got this and I got that, and I can't depend on nobody. You can't depend on nobody if you're not telling nobody, if you're not communicating with nobody, if you're not informing nobody. So you cannot make somebody else feel bad because they're not there, because you're not calling them. How they know to be there for you if you don't tell them? People are not a mind reader. People got life going on. Life is life and for everybody. Just about everybody. Life is life and or have life for everybody. As sure as you get up in the morning, something is bound to make you feel some type of way. So life is life for everybody in some sort of way. And if you don't call that person or call someone else and see if they can help you, that one that you keep calling, that's the reason why your one call, that's all. So you cannot make others feel bad because others are not showing up for you, because you, just like you call that one, you can reach out to somebody else. You can. You choose not to. And that's on you, darling. That's on you. I'm saying from my experience. Everybody may not experience it. I just want to bring it out to you all, to the nation. See what y'all think about that. See what you have to say about that. Has anyone tried to make you feel bad or, say other things and make you envious of someone else that constantly shows up for them? But you got to realize that's the only person that they calling. Have they called you? Did they include you? Did they solicit your advice? Did they solicit your services? You can't feel bad. Don't feel bad about them subliminal posts that they putting out, or those subliminal text messages that they put out, or don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about that. I've been in a group message and they do that. That's my one call that right there. That's my A1 since day one right there. It's gonna be. If you do not speak to the other person or include anybody else, They're going to be. That's that person is going to be because that's the person you're constantly calling. Yeah. So yeah, y'all don't feel bad about that. I'm getting ready to listen to the radio show this morning, and their subject is does your kids embarrass you? They some people I know they do. They throw fits and they throw tantrums, but that starts at home by you letting them just have outbursts and screaming. What you screaming for? What you going through? You gotta stop them. You gotta reel them in. You gotta know how to reel them in when they start that foolishness the first time. But I've heard a lot of young people say, they just a baby, or they just a baby right now. But every day they wake up and God blesses them with a new day. They're growing into adults. They're growing into little adolescent teenagers. The adults. They come into all them stages. So it's your job to mold that person with what the knowledge you have and equip them to be in tune with their emotions and their actions and how to carry certain situations out. That's your job. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's why they were assigned to you. Not just to be cute and cuddly. Not just, oh, that's my little angel, that's my little baby. You gotta mold them kids into decent adults. That is the next part of society. That's what you're birthing into society. And you want to have good human beings coming after you. That's why what they call them now, them YNs. Why them YNs walling out? Because the overseers was walling out, and you only want to dress them up and have them ready for the internet, and you ain't putting nothing in them. You're not equipping them with morals and values and respect for others and respect for themselves. That's how they can get away and start embarrassing you because you're just letting them have their way. Oh, they gonna be all right. Go sit them down somewhere. If you don't want to spank them, go sit them down. But a spanking ain't never hurt nobody because it didn't hurt me, and I know it didn't hurt you. These people used to be back ready to whip you with whatever they had their hands on. Get your own switch and make sure you leave a little leave on it. Leave a little leaves on that. People didn't play, when that mean go sit down somewhere. Don't play with me. And they told you before you go in the store, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing. When you go into somebody's house, sit down and act like you got some sense. If they ask you, know you ain't hungry, you just ate before you left home. You don't need no snack, you snack before you left home. Go sit down somewhere and act like you got some sense. Don't ask, can you stay over? You cannot. Don't ask if they could come, because they cannot. Sit down and be quiet. Don't move until I tell you to move. And you have some very good, productive citizens older than I am and in my age range. They're not giving it. They don't have time for that. They don't have time for that. That's too much for their life. That's too much for their day. They gotta sleep. They don't get up and cook meals and stuff no more. And you looking for a good man and a good woman. Why? When you not being good enough to go find a decent job and able to stay on there because you don't want nobody that's telling you nothing. So you can't stay on that job. They're getting on your nerves. That's why these young folks don't want to work. They haven't been equipped to handle the workforce. That's why they not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Some of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, because some people have some good parents and they just won't do what they love friends and they love people doing out in them streets. They just won't do what them little babies won't do what they want to do. You got to reel them babies in. You got to reel them in at a young age. They don't need all them. Don't if you want to enforce them. You want. Let me show you. Get your little tattoo. You can get your nose pierced. You can get all that. You can't get none of that pierced until you can get you a stable job, somewhere to live on your own and be able to handle your business. I don't. Get y'all that. See my little crew, they be on 1,000. But they know when my mom mean business. When my mom say stop and sit down, they know. On here, we be lightly clowning and playing around. But when I get serious with them on here, they gonna sit down and be quiet. I done already told you, don't act a fool. on this camera or for this camera. You're not getting paid. You're not getting paid to be an entertainment for nobody. I teach them life lessons throughout the day. My little granddaughter, she got this little thing where she wanna if she picks up something for you and it sometime you want it, you wasn't thinking. I said, let me explain something to you, look, lady. If you have somebody's belongings and they want it, give it to them. That's theirs. That's not yours. Be mindful of people's property. Just because you like it and want it, it's not yours, darling. Be mindful of other people's property. Stop being so loud when you're around others. Everybody don't want to hear that noise. I tell them all that. When you go somewhere, act like you have some home training. Remember what you've been taught at home. You know how to act, so act that way. And they fine with it. Yes. I just want to come through with that. Whatever y'all thoughts are, go ahead on and drop them in the comments. Interact with me. Let me know what you think. Remember, if you have not already done so and you like what you see, please go ahead on and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. Y'all go ahead on and like, comment, and share. Let me know your thoughts. I'm waiting to hear it. Listen, y'all have an amazing day on purpose. Remember, when you see somebody, greet them with a smile. You never know what they're going through. You might just save their life or brighten their day. Yes, baby. Go ahead on and do that for your girl. Let them know that the nation is here. We are in full effect. It's getting a little chilly. I don't know what projects I'm going to be getting in, but I will be back in these streets with something. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.